What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode. So as you can see, I am not at my first property. I now have permission to start trapping again. So I decided to come out today and kind of have a look around. I've got quite a bit of equipment set up out here. So thinking through what I'm gonna need for my hog trap, specifically what batteries I'm gonna need to leave, what I'm gonna have to do, and what I'm going to need to do to get this automated system set up. So as you can see, this is my feeder, of course, and this is the old corral trap. For those of you that are new on the channel, I came out last year, got this guy set up, trapped a few pigs. Just, it wasn't perfect. So I'm having to kind of rethink what I'm going to need to do and what all I need in general just to make this a little bit more functional. As of right now, the way all this works, they come in through here, push through, and then they're in. Well, the problem I had is that pigs were climbing out. So I tried to circumvent that with a barbed wire strand around, and it worked well. Worked really well. Just never got any more big pigs in. And the last pig I trapped just wasn't big enough to really do much with. It was just like a little 30 to 40 pound sow. So that, and it was so hot at that point of the year that it was just too hot. I wasn't gonna try and eat that hog just because there's a chance of it being really wormy. This is my feeder setup. I took the corn out back in October, went ahead and drained it. Looks like the batteries are still good, still set to the right time, so that's always a plus. The way this is set up is that's a 10-watt solar panel running to the feeder, which a little bit overkill, but that solar panel is charging a 6-volt battery within that box, and it's worked well. It's obviously sat out here for a few months and had no issues whatsoever, so it's always good. The barrel feeder originally did not start out like this, but what has happened is that the legs actually broke off of where the mounts were. So you can see where I've had to drill in and put it in a U-bolt and use this as a support for it. And it's worked well. I'm gonna go ahead and stick with it. I'll go ahead and patch whatever I need to as far as holes, but for now I'm just gonna keep it simple. As far as the trap goes, I believe what I'm going to do is just open it up, bring it in, kind of complete the circle, and I'll probably go ahead and take the feeder down and move the trap a little further back into here. And then you can see here I have my light set up. It's a 7-inch LED green light, little light bar, and it's hooked up to a 30-watt solar panel, and this is the electronics. So it looks like everything's still good to go. Timer's still on. The timer still works. But what the plan is for today is to pull this battery out, make sure it's good to go. I'm going to take this box home with me, and I'm also going to be taking the solar panel as well as the light. Now, I did have my game camera hooked up here as well too, but now since there's no need to run the light out here, since I'm only going to be trapping, and I will hunt periodically, but I still don't have a need for the light. I'm going to see where and what I could put the light on. We might put it over on the Predator platform. Then again, we might turn around and put it over on the other property as well too. But I'm gonna get to work. I'm gonna get all this stuff taken down. So for those of y'all that remember, this is actually a platform I built last year. I built it as something to hunt from, and it looks like everything's still holding pretty strong. Don't see any major rot or water damage or anything, so it's looking good. It's really good. I used OSB on the floor, and I know a lot of people will say that, you know, being exposed to the weather, that the sides will start to expand and do all that. So not really seeing much expansion. This portion right here is 1/2 inch plywood. That's what I had available. I made this actually out of wood that I collected from a porch teardown. So it actually cost me nothing except some time and a few screws. There's quite a few in it, but it still looks good. I'm probably going to set up on this, and this is where I'll side in from. But from here to where I have that backrest, it's roughly about 50 yards. It's good to see that this is still in such good shape. So I'll probably end up taking this out to the other property, and it might be set up for me to bow hunt from. Not real sure what I want to do just yet, but I'll be working through some things out here and getting some stuff set up. Okay, so the first thing we've got to do is take this down, go ahead and remove the solar panel and the utility box as well, and get the light off. I'm going to leave the post for now, just so I have something to come back out to and use rather than having to get anything new. And then I'll just have to redo all of it completely whenever I get back. But if I just take down the solar panel, there's a good chance I should be able to put it into the utility box and the light as well. That way I don't have to worry about it banging around on the trailer. So I'm gonna get to that and then show y'all my new toy that I have that we're gonna side in today. Okay, so we have our first grouping right here. You can see it was a 3-shot group. Very low, not real tight. Got the bore aligned, and here we are now. So we're gonna go ahead and step back to about 35 yards and take a shot, and then we'll go ahead and set up at 50. Well, that's gonna do it for this video. I wanted to just kind of show y'all what my thoughts were with the hog trap. Like I mentioned in the last video, I do have the new components. Everything should be good to go. Still have a little more testing to do, but I'm looking forward to getting out and trapping. it should be good. The weather has cooled back off. It's not quite as warm as it was. So I think that's all I've got for you this week, and I'll catch you on next week's episode.